Welcome back. In this video, we'll continue letting the creative juices flow and we'll make the game even a little more beautiful. Right now, we have two Pikachus walking around the screen, which is pretty cool. One of them is controlled by the arrows and the other one's controlled by WASD, but the rest of the level is just a white background. Well, we know a little bit about drawing with Pygame, and I think without too much effort, we could draw a little scenery in this game as well. We can put a few bushes. I'll come here and I'll say bush 1 is a Pygame dot rect, I believe. And now I'm going by memory. I don't have a reference here. I believe that's how you make a rectangle. And we're just going to make a few bushes. They're just going to be some rectangles. I'll put the rectangle at maybe 250. That should be the location of the rectangle. And then you have to specify how wide it is. I will make it 100 wide. And how tall it is, I will make it 200 tall, maybe. That's maybe too big for a bush. Maybe I will go with 120. That'll maybe be a nice bush. Let's make sure that works. Our bush should be maybe green, and we might use a few different greens. So I'll call this one green 01. And we'll remember our RGB colors go red, green, and blue. So I'll just make a green color called green 01, and that's just going to be green, and that's going to be for our bush. So we're going to put a little bush in our level. So there's some sort of landscaping here. And then we need to draw it. Every time we draw the screen, we're going to need to draw our bush. And I can't remember off the top of my head how to do that. I always need to look back. Just like you, I don't remember all of these things. I don't program Pygame all day. But I believe it's something like Pygame. I'll see if I can do it from memory. Can you beat me to solving this? I believe it's pygame.draw.rect. And then I believe we specify the surface we're drawing on, the color of the bush, and then the bush itself, which will be bush 1. So I believe that's how you draw the rectangle. And you have to do that before the update, so everything gets drawn onto the screen. Okay, I believe that'll do it. And then let's run this now. We should have a bush now. And we do. Look, now there's a little bush. Now, unfortunately, this bush doesn't have any collisions, so Pikachu just walks through it. If you wanted to, and again, here, the creativity, you just follow your creativity and you can make something really beautiful. Right now, you know that there is a collide rect method, and if you were clever, you could write this code such that when Pikachu collided with the bush, he didn't walk through it. But instead of that, let's just put a little more foliage. We'll put a few more bushes in here. I'll put a bush 1, and I'll put maybe bush 2 and bush 3. And this one, I'll put this bush 2 at 300, 150. I'll give it a different shape, maybe 200. And this other bush we can put at wherever we want, maybe 100. And where do you want to put it? I'll go with that. 2020. Just for the heck of it, why not? We might even want to put a couple of different greens in there. And I don't know all the RGB colors for green, so I could say RGB green and get a different color. So here we are. Google gives us a few recommendations. Here's 2 other greens. So I will use those in our game. And we will use green 02 is going to be 35, 142, and 42. And then green 03 will be 150 and 32. So there's 3 greens, and we'll just need, so now we have 3 different greens, we have 3 different bushes, and let's just make sure that we draw all 3 bushes here. Here we've drawn the first one, I'll draw the second one and the third one. So bush 2 and bush 3 will use colors 2 and 3. Okay, great. So I typed it a little bit fast, but I think what I was doing was relatively straightforward. We draw 3 rectangles. Those are our 3 bushes. Here I specified what the bushes are. And here's our colors up here in our color section. So let's run that. And now we have Pikachu with a little more foliage. Of course, those of you who are more artistically inclined than me could really go all out here. You could really make this a very beautiful level. And if you combine that with some collision, with Pikachu colliding with the bushes, this would be a really nice and fun video game. So I hope you've enjoyed that. In about 5 minutes, we took a few more minutes and we made the game just a little bit better.